suitable for children, sensitive men, or insecure women.
I don't trust no man on earth that does not take care of their children.
What's the biggest red flag in a relationship?
Low effort and not being honest.
Most of the time, you would think that a bad financial mistake would be spending money on clothes or vacation or like spending money on women. My worst financial mistake was buying a home.
Like a king, give me my crown.
Game time. Game time. Appreciate y'all.
All right.
Yeah,
main event. The main event, ladies and gentlemen.
They're waiting.
Welcome back to the Blackout Hour, unfiltered, uncut. We got this is gonna be a good one. We got a lot of controversial topics to talk about, and we got a special guest, Dave Shands, coming on a little bit.
God, social proof
for sure. So this is gonna be a good one, man. So before we start, man, 1 week away. The moment has come. We've been talking about this thing for 6 months. If you're not there, congratulations, you played yourself. A few days left to get tickets. Get your tickets to Invest Fest. At this point, I don't feel like there's nothing left to be said. At this
no more
point,
pre-sale.
No, it's over. There's nothing left to be said. But man, Damon John, 50 Cent, Steve Harvey, Ian Dunlap, 19 Keys, Earn Your Leisure, Monica performing, Marathon Team, Black Sand will be in the building.
Cannot wait.
Man, Lauren London, Tyrese. Man,
good competition.
Will I Am, Van Jones, Microsoft will be in the building, NVIDIA will be in the building.
Yes.
Black Rock will be in the building. Yes. Fidelity will be in the building.
Yes.
Oh man, Home Buyers Workshop, Matt, marketing,
the marketplace. Where should they go to first? Like, okay, they're Friday, 8 o'clock. Let's map out a blueprint. You get there 8 o'clock. Where should you go first?
The first thing to do with Friday, register. So go to the registration desk, get your lanyard, get your credentials for the week.
Yep.
After you do that, go to the marketplace. There's panels throughout on Friday. There's
fire.
AI panels, women in business, so much information that we provided. And
the AI panel gonna be in the marketplace?
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That's
so the Friday one is going to be in the marketplace.
That's fire. That's incredible.
Yeah. So, man, tap in, get your merch, see the vendors.
Yes.
Of course, you got to go to VIP night. We'll talk about some after parties later next week. Let's do the after party next week. Yes. Saturday, get there early. Man, if I were the marketing panel is something that I think you definitely want to check out. That's Saturday morning.
Who's on the marketing panel by chance?
Got Sean, who runs Spiritual Word.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Erica Pittman, her episode went crazy. She used to work in corporate. Felicia Hatchett, who actually runs Pharrell's nonprofit organization, another person that from the corporate side. So that's a real like gym filled
session.
That's
a dream team.
We got Ross Mack opening the show. Shout out to
Ross. God, man, I love Ross.
Investment, you're going to talk about 529 plans and IRAs and Ross Mack, man, legendary.
I got a book out. Go support Ross Mack's book. For real.
Shout out to Ross Mack, man. So yeah, I mean, where do we start? Where do we end? But I will say this: if you're leaving on Sunday, leave Sunday night.
Last flight
ends at 8 o'clock. So keep that in mind. 50 comes on at 4 o'clock. Keep that in mind. Or Monday morning is the better option to leave.
Tuesday afternoon, to be honest, because you should do all your follow up. Here's a tip, please. Instead of doing the follow up call on Zoom, get everybody together at one place. Do your meetings and deals right there. People gonna travel, gotta unpack, get the kids back. Set up your deals on Monday morning. Get right to it.
I will say this: the last thing I'll say, we got a game tomorrow in Dykeman. It's a playoff game, and it's a very important game for us at 7 o'clock in Dykeman. I need all earners to come. If you come and you got a assets over liabilities t-shirt or any form of merchandise, Market Mondays, Toronto show, any form of merchandise, talk to me and I will give you a ticket to Invest Fest.
That's fire.
Free on me, but we need the support. We got to win the game. Vitally important.
Yes.
Win or go home.
And when y'all at the game and somebody on the team hit a 3, I need y'all to say, he's about to explode.
All right. Ian,
I'm excited.
announcements.
If you want to get rich from the market is up. Shout out to Starbucks, new CEO leaving Chipotle on fire. Stock club pick. Go to ianinvest.com. Over 60 different prices, where to get in, where to get out, how long to hold, swing trade price, quick entry, long-term hold price, which companies are going to fall apart, institutional buy-in prices, and then in September or October, we're going to start adding options prices. So if I made you money, please put yes in chat. But if you want to get rich from the market, go to Ian Invest, go to investfest.com. For all of you who message me and it's like investfestival87.com, that's not the real site. Investfest.com. Go buy tickets, please. Be there early. Dress appropriately. I will be doing interviews, so all you videographers and content creators, if you catch me in the marketplace, a 3-minute interview, I got you. 5-minute interview, I got you. So
there you have it. There you have it. All
I'm
right.
excited.
Let's start this show off. Little Yachty made some interesting comments about fashion.
Shot the boat.
When it comes to New York versus Atlanta. And he I think I'm paraphrasing for him, but he said that he didn't really look at New York as like fashion. Pretty much said like Atlanta has the crown for fashion. Okay.
And black culture?
He didn't really give an explanation, but I would assume so. I would assume that would be in his world.
Got you.
In his world.
You took offense to this?
I didn't take offense to this. I'll tell you what, you know. I mean, I'm 40 years old, right? He's 26.
So for his generation, I understand.
So I want to preface this by saying this. Okay, he's 26 years old, so I'm not even in that world. I'm not in the world. I mean, I'm tapped in enough to know what's going on, but that's not my day-to-day life as far as I'm not keeping up with 26-year-olds.
Or are you? These are just jokes.
So, but I will say this. Atlanta has run the hip hop scene for a very long time, at least 15 years. And they got it. Like they're number one when it comes to rap music, no denying it. And for black entrepreneurship, Atlanta is number one. That's why we do Invest Fest in Atlanta. That's why we do so much stuff in Atlanta.
Right.
So yeah, Atlanta, they run the entrepreneurship game when it comes to black businesses.
Culture.
They run music for sure. And I love Atlanta. I love Atlanta more than anything. But it's not even.
Don't say that. It's not even close.
Nah, fashion different. Respectfully, super respectfully, there is not even a conversation to be had. Is there Atlanta Fashion Week? No, New York is the fashion capital. There's a few fashion capitals in the world. One is Milan, one is Paris, and the other one is New York, maybe London too. So you might have 4.
I think he was referencing black culture, to be fair, though, to play God's advocate.
Any culture. New York has always set the trends when it comes to fashion, hip hop culture. When you look at the collaboration with Tommy Hilfiger and all, like that's all comes from New York culture, Harlem, like that. They always set the trends when it comes to fashion. Even now, I don't really necessarily agree with the way he dresses because that's not my style. But A$AP Rocky, he's the biggest fashion icon in music. He's from New York. He's from Harlem.
A$AP's the biggest fashion icon right now?
Currently in rap.
Okay.
You don't think so?
I mean, I don't know. A$AP still rap. Shout out to A$AP. I don't want no smoke. I fuck with you. But
I think he's coming out with an album. But I mean, nah, you know, and like I said, I'm on my grown man shit, so it's just a little different. But when you look at the diversity of fashion in New York City, it's uncomparable. As far as you can be
diversity, yes.
You could be super trendy. You could get 3-piece suit. You could do streetwear. You could do the sneakers. New York was
even the Asian community in New York be having some shit on. You be like,
that's how we come up. That's how we was raised. As far as like how you tie your sneakers is important. Your jeans, if you're gonna cuff your jeans properly, and everything. How your t-shirt fits you, like fitted hats, like New York, Atlanta was never known for fashion. That's not part of Atlanta culture. Fashion is not part of Atlanta culture.
That's not true. Atlanta has some shit on, y'all.
What did they have on?
You've been to Atlanta. Like, you've never seen anybody in Atlanta dress well?
I see labels, a lot of labels being worn.
Okay. I can agree with that too.
Names,
I want to play God's advocate for my people in Atlanta.
Oh, I see a lot of labels being worn, right? But I'm saying, like, if you really throw it on, you could wear it. It's not about the name. It's about what you rock. Like, that's what
how you put it together.
Anybody can go to the mall and buy a bunch of Gucci and a bunch of Fendi and a bunch of Louis Vuitton. That's not fashion to me. I'm saying fashion. You might go to H&M and look better than somebody that's dressed in Louis Vuitton head to toe. Because how you threw it on, you might, you know what I'm saying? Add a little
fabric. Yeah.
Respectfully.
I mean, in the last 10 years, though, culturally, Atlanta's led everything, though.
They've never. What fashion? I'm not talking about culture. I'm talking about fashion. What fashion has Atlanta led?
I first started seeing the big baggy boot cut shit come back in Atlanta. Offset.
Oh, so the big baggy shit, all of that comes from New York. That even when God rest the dead, but Virgil, when they start doing all of remember when Virgil had that campaign when he was wearing the fatigues and all that? That's Capone and Noriega. That's their album cover. They replicated that album cover. Like, all of these, like, what these kids is doing now is a replication of what New York did in the 90s. Right? There's all that big baggy shit with the boots and all of that comes. Louis Vuitton made the Timberland boot now that costs $10,000. That's a New York staple.
Ugly, by the way. Yeah, you're right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? All of this remix fashion shit, even with the bell bottoms and all that, that's the 70s. That's Studio 54. You know, that's New York. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the remix fashion is New York fashion of old. So I don't really see no new trends being created I don't see it. I just don't see it. And like I said, it's not just Atlanta. I don't see any new trends being created anywhere. But if any old trend that's being replicated, that's in homage of New York fashion. When you see the velour suits, the track suits, the big baggy clothes, all of that, that's all New York shit.
Let me call somebody real quick, see if they pick up. You gotta call somebody from Atlanta, see if they pick up.
Who's that? Who you calling?
I'm calling my guy Ray Daniels.
Ray Daniels.
Ray Daniels, how you doing, man? I'm calling you live from Blackout. Could I get your opinion on something? We doing Atlanta. You from New York originally, but moved to Atlanta. Who has better fashion, Atlanta or New York? Shadi say hands down, ain't no question, it's New York City. But you've been in Atlanta. What you think?
I'm gonna say New York City has fashion beat from Atlanta.
Okay, tell us why. Shot smiling ear to ear right now. Yo, go.
Respectfully.
New York has more people, more diverse. You know, it's not like the crazy show if you wear something that looks this, you know, because fashion is always about pushing limits, you know what I mean? And I think New York is a place where fashion is pushed, you know, so I would definitely say New York has more fashion sense than Atlanta for sure. And I'm an Atlanta guy who, you know, I wouldn't say nothing. Like, I love Atlanta, but I still got to admit that.
Okay. I appreciate your insight, man. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but I'm going to call you like
Put me on the spot. Let's go.
Man, I got you. Thank you, man.
My brother. All right.
So that's
it. Somebody send me 21 Savage number real quick.
We lay it to rest. We can lay it to rest.
We can lay it to rest.
So, but shout out to the little boat. But like I said, I mean, sometimes you just say things that's just, you got to check. Some things have to be fact checked. When you're talking about the butter leathers, the minks, the suede jackets, all that's New York. Like,
who are the top 5 most fashionable people, or give me a list of 10 if you can in New York City right now. Now. I don't want to talk about Puff era and all that. Let's talk now.
I got to be up there. That has to be in consideration. I mean, I'm just going to be honest with you.
For sure.
I'm just being honest with you. What you want me to do? What you want me to do?
Okay.
What you want me to do?
If you don't believe in you, nobody will.
I would say, like I said, I don't. It's not my cup of tea, but I would definitely put ASAP in there because he, you know, he's transcended he's transcended culture when it comes to fashion, and people really respect his fashion takes on what he does. So I will put ASAP in there.
Yep.
I will put you know, and it's different. It's fashion for different reasons. Like my guy Nigel, shout out to him. Like, you know, what he's been able to do with BMX bike culture to get his own sneaker.
It's tough.
And you know, that's dope. So I gotta, you know, I will put him in there from like the sneaker aspect of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's different categories. Like Troy's a sneakerhead. Like I don't have sneakers like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like Troy, his sneaker collection is up there. He probably got one of the best sneaker collections. Fat Joe forever.
Fat Joe for sure.
Fat Joe's forever. He's forever.
Yeah.
He's forever fly.
Fab.
Fab's forever. Fab's a fashion. Yeah, he's forever. Fab's forever.
Yeah.
Fab's forever gonna throw it on. He's forever gonna throw it on. You got the icons too, like I said, you got like people like Ralph Lauren, stuff like that, like, you know what I'm saying, who's still out here moving the needle when it comes to fashion, and he still gets fly, like, you know what I mean, like he's a New Yorker. So that's why I'm saying it's a diversity. Like I look at people that's wearing suits too, like then they throwing that shit on. Stephen A. Smith, like I said, we talked about him the other day, but Stephen A. Smith as a New Yorker, the
NBA Finals,
he don't get enough credit for the shit that he does. Like he dresses, he's a real New Yorker, how he dresses, as far as his suits always fit him super sharp. He's not doing no big baggy suit shit.
Amazing fabric. Yeah
for sure.
Okay. Y'all put it in chat. Who are some Atlanta fashion icons, and who do y'all think?
Troy said Ronnie from Cliff.
Oh, he from New York?
Ronnie, yeah. ASAP Ferg is on his list.
I like Ferg.
Shout out to Fergavelli. Jim Jones is somebody that's always up there with the Davies too. I respect Davies' fashion. I've been seeing him a lot this summer because, you know, he had a team in Dykeman, so I see him a lot on the basketball circuit, and he's always fly. I like the way he's dresses because it's nostalgic to the 90s era. Like he'll wear I saw him with shorts with Tim's on, and that's that 90s era. Like, you know what I'm saying? So Davies, he gets fly. Davies gets fly. He's one of the dudes that's out there.
Can we get a top 5 New York versus top 5 Atlanta? Quavo, 21.
You see, you losing it right. Quavo and 20. No,
Quavo put shit on, bro. It may not be your taste, but he put some shit on.
All right. Let's do this.
Speaking of cities, you had a lot of controversy around your top 5 city food list.
Okay, let's get to this. This is the This is the main event. So, okay, I put together. So let's just preference this, right? When I say we, Earn Your Leisure, the whole conglomerate, we've been traveling a lot since we started the show.
Yep. We
traveled. We went to Houston, Texas. We went to Oakland, California. We went to LA. We went to
Chicago,
Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, Miami, Jacksonville, Florida, Philadelphia. I mean, we've been everywhere. Just domestically. I'm not talking about internationally, just domestically. We've hit small towns, big cities. We're well traveled. We're well traveled. And even before that, I was well traveled. I've always traveled my whole life, playing basketball.
Philippines, Hawaii, Maria Sharapova, right?
So I'm
you got a great track record, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, damn, you with IMDb? Oh, shit. Okay.
I'm well traveled.
Yeah.
So part of my travel and part of anybody's travel is that you eat, right? And I'll preface this by saying this. I don't just eat. Like Troy has stomach complications, so he doesn't eat a lot of different things. He kind of stays to a strict diet. I'm willing to try different things. I will preface this by saying this. I don't eat meat, pork, red meat, chicken. I did eat chicken for a very long time though, and I did eat.
You don't eat any meat anymore at all?
I don't eat. I only eat fish.
Got you. Okay.
But I never ate pork, but I did previously eat turkey, chicken, lamb, goat. I've eaten those things my whole life, so I'm still educated enough to speak on that, even though I don't currently eat that currently. And my list, so I put together a list of top 5, and I was in Harlem, at a sushi spot in Harlem, and I'm just like, yo, you know what? I want to put together a food list. just hit me, spur of the moment, like 10:30 at night in Harlem.
Elliot plays the list, huh? Gotcha.
The food list. And my food list goes like this. Number 5, New Orleans.
That's a long list.
Number 4, Los Angeles.
Okay.
Number 3, Houston. Number 2, Miami. And number 1, New York. Now, here's where I got most pushback. Chicago was left off the list.
That's left off.
That's where I got the most pushback. The second pushback was that New Orleans was too low on the list.
You got New Orleans at what, 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too low.
The third pushback was that LA was on the list. The fourth pushback was that Miami was too high on the list. So, okay, let me. I want to get your take on this, but I also want to just rationalize my thought process in this.
Yeah.
Why is New York number 1?
I don't. Is that a question?
That's what I'm saying. It goes back to the fact. What are we talking about? That you can literally get any type of food that you want within 10 minutes in New York. I'm talking about from East African food, West African food, Moroccan food, Egyptian food,
Fire Italian
food, sushi, Chinese food. It's just the world is your oyster. Indian food, and I'm that dude. I eat all of that. So I went to I went to this crazy vegan Chinese restaurant, ran on the humble, one of the best food experiences I ever had. I went to a random Indian restaurant, amazing. There's so many food choices just in Manhattan. We're not even talking about Brooklyn or Queens.
And the experience too, Budokan. And you go to Last Lap, and Last Lap bar food better than some cities 5-star food. Let's keep it.
It's not even a question. So it's like the diversity of food is amazing, unmatched anywhere in the world. Now we got to talk about what you just talked about as far as the high level of food. We gotta probably have more 5-star restaurants in New York than anywhere. Yeah. And if you're looking at like a Carbone, if you're looking at it now, even in the new restaurant like Tatiana's, which is the hardest restaurant to get a reservation.
Yeah.
And you got the Philippe Chow's, you got the Nobles, you got any of the high-end restaurants, you have it, right?
Yep.
No problem. More than anybody. The vibey spots, like you said, the Say Less, the Brooklyn Chop House, where you can go there, you can get great food, and then it feels like you're in a party. It's like a fucking vibe. Like, what the hell's going on here? Like,
like in a movie for
I don't know if I'm eating or if I'm bottle service. I don't know what's going on. It's just a vibe.
Soul pasta back in the day. You can find a little offshoot spot that's a vibe. Little Italy. Listen, numero uno, we're not gonna argue about.
We can't do that. We can't. All right, so New York. Now, okay, Miami. Here's why Miami might be a little tricky. Now keep in mind your experiences is going to be dictated by your level of access and who the people that you have guiding your tour. I'm just being honest with you. So when we go to Miami, I'm not really eating so much of the cultural moments. Miami for me is the high restaurants and the vibes. So I'm talking about the Prime 112s. I'm talking about the Carbones of the world. I'm talking about the Brick. Damn, Troy, what's the spot in Brickell that we go to?
Yeah, what's up the spot from where we normally be at?
The vibe.
The Asian.
The Brickell vibe. Man, it's just like the culinary experience that Miami has captivated feels like that's like a nightclub.
And the spot upstairs from where we normally stay at. Vibey and the food. Okay.
It's so
everyone not gonna have that experience though.
For sure, I understand, but I just said my list.
Did you say your list on the post, or did you say best cities?
My top.
Okay.
My
gotcha.
No, it's not Gecko. But Gecko, Swan, but the other spot that we go to in Brickell that has the upstairs, downstairs, the outside joint with the duck, with the pecking duck.
Not Poppy Steak. Poppy Steak a vibe too. That's way better than the other one they like to go to with the little 80s vibe.
Damn, hold on. Now I'm actually curious to find out this name of this restaurant.
Me too.
We just named 10 restaurants, by the way. B Bistro. Nope, it's not B Bistro. It is called what's the name of that restaurant? Doesn't matter. Miami, it's just the food experience that they've cultivated. May not be the most, homegrown, but they do have the Mexican, they do have the Cuban,
The Cuban food,
Cuban restaurants and Haitian. Those are the homegrown type vibes. But I just, man, okay.
But that's an elevated, curated.
It is.
Experience for most people.
And I'm a food snob. I'm gonna be honest with you. I am a food snob. I'm not eating.
Sexy fish. Can we be a sexy fish overrated? Bathrooms amazing to take photos.
Sexy fish. There's a lot of restaurants. There's a lot of restaurants.
Yeah, if you go up the little street, make a left.
There's a lot of joints, boy. There's a lot of joints, man. There's a lot, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. And it's a vibe, and it's just good energy. You see,
yes, Komodo's
the vibe.
Oh, yo,
Komodo legendary. The Peking duck.
You'll take a girl in there you kind of like and really like her. Komodo the vibe so good.
Komodo the vibe. Komodo's the vibe.
Yeah,
legend. All right. So okay, maybe I'm just a little bougie in my food experience.
Yeah.
You
don't eat at a diner. I remember after the Madison Square, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go to that. You look at me like, you going to a diner?
Oh yeah, we ain't doing diners. We ain't doing diners. I'm sorry, I can't do diners.
4:30 at night, I had to go somewhere.
Dietary restrictions, but okay. So
okay,
so that's why number 2 for me, because I can close my eyes and I can remember the sparkles. I can still remember the sparkles.
Yeah.
And
Komodo's amazing. If y'all go to Miami, go to Komodo every day.
Now Komodo's a vibe.
Yeah.
Swan, like I said, Komodo. It's a lot of.
Oh, the Swan and Kiki after. Double back for drinks. The sexy fit. Boy.
Yeah.
Vibe.
Oh man, that's why I say y'all
put you on the balcony.
It's about how you've curated your experiences. If your experiences was not curated the right way, you're not gonna have. If you go to New York and just eat pizza, you're gonna say, "Oh, this is bad. Like New York food sucks." Like who eats pizza? Who does that? Like who's going to New York? I'm not traveling to a city and the first thing I want to do is eat $1 pizza. I can eat pizza anywhere in the world. Houston, Texas has good ass food.
Absolutely. Well, we're not gonna play.
I'm not even gonna spend too much time on that. But Toby done took me to the spot. What's the spot we ate at with Toby?
Oh man, I forgot the name of that spot. It was me. And Jazz was there.
Yeah.
Oh, that was amazing.
That was some good ass food, man. Everything, the shrimp, that
even like Trillburger, fire. Veggie, fire.
They got the Papa They got the Papa Notes. I think it's called Papa Notes. Is another now Houston got food. Houston is a culinary town.
Culinary experience, yeah.
Southern experience, good food. Okay, now here's why Los Angeles made 4 on my list. Once again, it goes back to this. It goes back to Miami. It's the same type of vibe, man. When they had that Dover Soul. What's the spot we had the Dover Soul in? Troy, the first time, not while he remembers that Lavo. When you get the eggplant, when you get the Parmesan at Lavo, and you get the Lavo, I feel like I'm doing commercials for these places, but I have
this is not a paid ad, but a top 5 restaurants at each list will help.
Lavo, nice. We moved to LA for a month during the pandemic, and even currently, I ask my son, what's your favorite food? He'd be like, the rock shrimp from Noble at Malibu. Noble.
Yeah. Noble.
That's what I'm saying. These are the culinary experiences that were captivating. When I first went to Delilah, and I got the zucchini. It was a zucchini pasta.
Yeah.
Delilah, oh man, Mr. Nice Guy, man. I had some truffle fries and Mr. Nice Guys, man. That's what I'm saying. I don't know the experiences that everybody's getting. I can't speak on that. But I can only speak on my own personal experiences, and I had some great culinary experiences in LA. And LA has a lot of vegan options. Most cities don't. New York and LA has a lot of vegan options. So LA, they give you
fire.
Oh man, I had some great times in LA, man, on the high end side, but also on the regular side too. Shout out to Black Sam, took us to an Ethiopian restaurant. That was fire. Mexican, I've been to a bunch of Mexican restaurants in LA, mom and pop joints, fire. Yeah. So I feel like Los Angeles got a bad rap, but Los Angeles has a bad rap in general. If you go to LA and you don't know the right people, you're not going to have a good experience.
Yeah.
You got to know the right people. You got to know where to go. That's vitally important. And the reason why I had New Orleans at number 5 is,
which is crazy.
I love New Orleans, but I feel like it's it has a lack of diversity. They're the only city that has their own unique culinary experience.
I miss that in a lot of cities though.
They have their own culinary experience for sure. Yep. But it's also limited, right? Like you can't get good Indian food. Maybe you can. I'm just saying I haven't. You can't get good Indian food, or if I want some crazy vegan joint or some Thai food or some Ethiopian food, I probably not gonna be able to get that in New Orleans. I'm gonna get some catfish. I'm gonna get some Creole. What do they call
it? Troy, you eat the gumbo?
The gumbo and all that seafood and everything. You know, and it's good. It's good as hell. But it's also unhealthy. We got.
They have healthy cultural options, and
they putting butter. They putting slabs of butter on everything, man. You're gonna leave. Your cholesterol is going up at least 30 points after you leave New Orleans. That is a fact. So, but the food is still good, and Larry Marlowe is my favorite. Food entrepreneur in America, and he'll be at InvestFest. And I only eat at Larry's restaurants, which is the best
superstar entrepreneur. Like, I don't think, if y'all don't know, go check out Larry. Like, Larry's cooking, no pun intended. Please, yes.
Larry is a legend. His food is amazing. And his, I love the food. I love New Orleans. I love the culture. I love the food. And number 5 is not a bad. I put him at number 30. Number 5 is a good.
I mean, but they should. I'm gonna be real. They should be higher. I wouldn't be mad if you swapped New Orleans for Houston. I don't think it should be, but I think New Orleans definitely should be before LA. It got its own cultural experience, one of a kind. Experience is great. Food is great. The first time I had alligator was there. Oh my God! I was like, oh,
you get the alligator.
Amazing.
And I apologize to Chicago because I realized that Chicago probably should have been. It should have been a tie at some point. Maybe they should have been tied with another city. Yeah. But Chicago definitely has good food. I was just disappointed with the deep dish pizza. I'm just being honest with you. I've heard about
Giordano's.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
I've heard
Giordano's.
Yeah, that's where I went. We went there, and I've been hearing about deep dish pizza my whole entire life, and it was just very disappointing.
Chicago, but it's an experience. You got to go with the right people.
Facts. But shout out to Cleo's. Shout out to Cleo's Southern food. Amazing experience. And like I said, we ate at some good restaurants in Chicago. So Chicago has very good. And it's like New York. I think they have a lot of diversity in it.
A ton, bro. Yeah.
I apologize to Chicago.
I thought you had said something crazy. Man, you see what Shawty said? I'm like, what happened? Chicago ain't on the list. I'm like, of what? Food out there. I'm a holler at them.
People take that serious. But all right. There you go. That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
Out of all those cities, what are your top 3 restaurants to go to? I mean, Miami, Komodo, Poppy Steak, drinks, and Sexy Fish. Amazing combination. Amazing. Go to Larry's restaurant in New Orleans, not just because we know him, but food's amazing, amazing entrepreneur. But yeah, maybe that should be the next list. The top. Let's do a blackout top dinner date list. I think that'd be a 5.
I like that. So you like my list. You just think I had a little bit out of order.
New Orleans should at least been 3rd, I think.
What would be your top 5?
New York for sure. Probably Houston, New Orleans, Miami. No, Chicago, Miami. I have Chicago 4th.
Okay.
Chicago 4th. Yeah.
And the LA spot. This is some free game. Casa Madera. That is the way.
You gave up the spot?
At Dover. So they said I don't do enough.
I had some of my best date nights in there. I'm having pleasure.
Moderna, man. And I don't know why Lavo took Dover Soul off their menu. If you work at Lavo, please reconsider putting
it back. Please.
Respectfully speaking.
Yes.
Okay.
What are your favorite drinks to pair since we in our culinary bag?
I'm a lychee martini dude. But I also like in Lavo, it's called the Lavo Latini. I do apple martinis. I do lemon drops. I'm that type dude.
Yeah,
I'm that type dude. I like the flavor. I like the taste of a drink. I don't want to just drink shots of tequila or just whiskey. Like, I want to actually, it's like juice almost in the vibe.
Yeah.
In the vibe.
And to make the date better, right?
For sure.
Oh, this tastes so good. Gotcha. Yeah, I told you we should do for blackout tour.
I'm trying to help. I'm just trying to help you. I'm just here to help. I'm just here to help.
I'm just here to help.
All right. We have a guest. Can we bring our guest up, please?
What's happening?
All good. Are you here?
What's up,
Man, I'm excited. Happy to be here, man. Happy to be here.
Dave Shands, man. All right. I'm gonna let you guys. So okay, this is interesting. I wouldn't necessarily think that you would be wanting to be on Blackout. I didn't think that. But when we was in France, you said, "I want to come on Blackout." You said, "I got some stuff I want to talk to Ian about."
What I do? We friends, you know?
No. We were in Atlanta and we were having a conversation about polygamy, and I was asking Rashad, like, I was like, "Is she with it?" And then we had this whole conversation, and that's where it started.
Okay.
But I do got some questions. I keep a good question on me.
Listen, you gave me one of my best interviews ever. I thank you. I can't wait to do a part 2. Okay. So you want to leave with the polygamy question, or
no? Yes. I really want to leave with another question that I was thinking of, because y'all said y'all going to do a Blackout tour, and I just want to know before. Yeah, you got a girl?
I have someone who cares for me dearly, and I care for her as well. But I'm single. Technically.
Care for me dearly.
What?
Yeah, I'm single. Dave, if they don't act right, I'll dump on ahead. I'll send them right.
Yo,
Shands, what are you doing? Shands, we have.
Hold on. Is this Blackout or is it?
No, that's Blackout.
What stock should I pick this week? I don't know where we're at.
Starbucks, Nvidia, Apple. That's incredible capitulation. No, we're gonna talk today, Shands. Come on.
Let's have a conversation. Okay. All right. So no, before you're involved.
The other hot seat.
Yeah.
The real hot seat.
This is the real hot seat. Yes.
Before y'all had whatever people that you have that you dearly care about, right? Have you ever been on the road in a city and met somebody and had a rendezvous using your powers, not for good, but use your star power? You know what I mean?
Is that a question?
Yeah, it's a question. Just in your past life, because y'all been popping for a long time, and y'all didn't always have somebody that you dearly care about.
What would you think the under/over in that situation would be?
I don't know.
What would you think? You're intelligent. You're a very intelligent person.
Yeah, y'all put it in chat what y'all think the over/under is.
There's no over/under.
Have I met people on the road that was fond of me? Yes.
And had an evening for the evening.
Or it may turn into one of my longest relationships turned from that.
Oh yeah, I didn't know. Gotcha.
That's my baby.
You have a person that you.
Yeah, shout out to my baby. Media train, I'm good now, boy.
I'm confused, bro.
No, how can you be confused? Like, okay, so a baby is like pre-relationship. So when I say shout out to my babies, it means we're vibing, but pre-relationship, but technically I'm single.
It's like training camp. Like the season hasn't started. The season hasn't started yet, but we gotta, you gotta have training camp before you actually get to season.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just never heard it put like that, but that's cool.
Yeah.
So you're free to do whatever you want to do.
Yeah. I mean, even if you always are free, but yes.
Not really, because you could be with somebody that you're not with, but you're not free to do whatever you want.
No, he's saying everybody has free will.
Everyone has free will.
As a human being.
Yes. Especially women. Her body, her choice.
Facts.
What if you
ask the question?
If you found out that she used her free will, would you immediately lose her number?
There's consequences.
I'll lose her number. I'll just push her out of heaven.
Pushed out of heaven.
Cool. You just can't be my primary. We can kick it in Bob, but
fallen angel.
Yeah.
But like my first question was not just, I mean, for the people that are coming up, because y'all have some really successful people that watch this show and, they're on to come up and maybe they're attracting some people that they never would have attracted.
Oh, that's a lot of that. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's dangerous. And I think even, I guess to the opposite side of your point, Ian, when people get more money, it's like more of a license almost for most people.
I mean, the truth is, like, when most men get more money, if they're not confident, whatever level of women you got before you had money is going to be the same after you get it. You may get some women that may want to finesse you, but the dudes who didn't have women 8 years ago and they have money now, they don't have bitches today. Just being real. They can see, and for women, I know a lot of men like to lead. It's more men with money than ever publicly available, right? You got athletes, retired athletes, soccer players, pop stars, raps, like all accessible via DM. So you have to bring a little bit more to that to the table than just a bag. Women, put in chat, yes or no. It's men with money everywhere. Will you be honest? And that's why, like with Blackout, even though I may get some pushback on what I say, I'm honest. Most of these men be out here lying about everything. I could get 10 times the amount of women pandering like Derek Jackson did. But I would rather be honest, and then those who fuck with me, they still fuck with me for my honesty, knowing that most of these men out here lying like crazy.
I like that, Ian, because Rashad started with a story.
Don't take my guy to a corner now. And that's right around the corner.
Yo, listen, yeah, let me just tell you. So we had the conference, we were talking about it, and Rashad was like, I think I said something like, yo, you should talk about it on Blackout. He's like, yo, you want to come on? I'm like, bet.
No. This happened in France. It happened in France.
I don't think we were talking about that in France.
No, we wasn't. But it happened in France where you said, I want to come on Blackout because I forgot how you said it, but
you got smoke with me. Why?
I want to go at Ian. That's what you said. I want to go at Ian.
What did I say?
You said I want to go at Ian.
It probably wasn't this probably wasn't a topic, but he be wanting to smoke, and I'm like, I just be wanting to argue with people sometimes. So
we can argue.
It wasn't anything specific. I'm gonna try to find something.
All right. So you've watched the show. You've watched Blackout before.
Yeah.
Do you agree with the things that we say is pertaining to relationships? Do you agree with our relationship takes?
I agree with the freedom of speech.
The freedom.
No, don't you come on here and be Trump.
Yeah.
I'm not.
So you don't agree. So you don't agree with our relationship.
And I want to be very clear. I'm not giving advice to everyone. I'm not trying to be a relationship expert. There's no money there. But I am telling men what you should do is just be honest. These are my rules. These are my investment principles when dating. So when I get to saying fly yourself out, cool. If a woman doesn't have enough money to fly herself to me and I cash up her when she gets here, I shouldn't fuck with you anyway because I don't want to pay the $700,000 down the line if you get pregnant.
That's a fact. So to answer that question, that it's a hard question because it's like,
no, it's not.
Do I agree with you? What if you say 10 things I agree with 4?
Our philosophy, our overall arcing philosophy. You don't have to agree with every single thing, but I think you kind of have you know the vibe as far as how we view things, right? Myself, Ian, even our philosophies are a little bit different, but they're kind of similar on a certain level. So are you in agreement with our philosophy when it comes to dating and relationships?
Do you bottle up the philosophy in like a
Shands. Now you playing Shands.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying. So okay. So I don't know your whole philosophy on dating. I don't know.
From what you heard. From what you've heard.
Some of it, yeah. The danger of becoming successful. A successful single man, I believe, is extremely dangerous.
I agree.
So as someone like hate to talk about it, but a lot of entertainers that are men that are successful have women coming at them. They feel like they can do anything they want because they're almost untouchable. I guess my question now is, do you ever want to be locked down to where you have one person where you can't enjoy some of the fruits of your labor? Or do you desire to lock in and just have one?
In the ideal situation, it would be one person for me. I think when you have like a great romantic relationship and chemistry with one person and they set your soul on fire and you guys get along well, I think that's heaven on earth. Is it tough to do? I think in today's society, it's tough for a bunch of reasons. I think it's done by design. Even this conversation, men versus women, multiple people, I think that's all done to keep us from building a family, because if families are more connected, Designers make a lot less money. Media makes a lot less money. You spend a lot less money, and that money stays inside of the household. But until then, I'm gonna have a little bit of fun. And be honest about it. But for me personally, would I like to have one person? Yes, for sure. And if I happen to run across you at InvestFest,
But that's the thing, Ian. You have a person that you dearly care about. Why not work with the person that you dearly care about? And why are you still hunting? Why are you hunting, Ian?
I don't hunt. I attract.
That was hunting.
Hunt? No, it's a gatherer. There's a difference between hunting and gathering. They're two different things. He's a gatherer, not a hunter.
Yeah.
A hunter is when you're on the prowl, you're looking.
I'll be on the prowl for.
You're stalking out your target for weeks at a time. A gatherer is it's an abundance of opportunity, and you're just harvesting.
Yeah, and I'm super selective. Like I may be vocal about it and maybe public about it, but I probably get, I don't know, 60 DMs a week asking me to kick it.
Hey, Ian,
I say no to majority of shit.
First off, you can't trick me into thinking that you're just attracting, like you haven't seen something that you liked and you try to figure your way.
The ratio of hunt to gather is skewed. Is probably for everyone that I personally hunted, there may be 300-400 that have tried to get my attention.
But if you've hunted, that makes you a hunter. Am I correct?
Yeah, I could be hunting Helmsley. That's fine. Cool.
Yeah, I'm just
but no, I like proactively looking. I'm not spending all of my time chasing after women. I'm chasing after purpose.
Dave, do women try to approach you?
Not really, bro.
No, not really. Not an answer. Do they try to approach
yes
you?
or no?
Approach you. It's a yes.
Hey, are you married, Dave?
Yeah.
My answer is no, and this is like an honest answer, bro.
But you said not really though, so that lets me. What does that mean?
Well, I say not really because my wife seems to think that I'm blind to it. Like,
That's good.
But I'm thinking, no, that's just you being a wife. You may be territorial, but literally don't know. I don't get no DMs like.
I don't think anybody's ever approached you and wanted to be in your company and seeing the success that you build and you're funny and a good looking guy and all that. Like, not one person in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's men and women. They want to be around.
So you how long you been married?
6 years.
And how long you been together?
6.5. I met my wife on Tinder. I met my wife on Tinder.
Okay.
6 months later, we were married. That was 6 years and 3 kids ago.
Okay, so when you met her, what about her made you say, this is the person I want to be with forever? Because I want to know how to get to the husband bag. Come on, we're going to reframe this.
They probably going to cook me in the chat. Let me tell you the thing. So for one, her Tinder profile just had like nice pictures. And then I found her Instagram. For one, she didn't have.
So you were a hunter.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not shying away from that.
So
I was on there hunting. Yeah, I'll swipe it through. Yeah. But here's it was 2 things. One, she was attractive, of course. But one, she didn't have a whole lot of followers. And it was something about that I liked. Like in the 3 digits.
Gem number 1.
Well, you're in line with us on that one.
Yes, we agree.
Number 2, there was no look back at it pictures. There were no sexy pictures.
No sexy photos. Now you preaching. Okay. Yeah. How to catch your wifey online. Yes. Keep preaching.
But the challenge is when the women post like that, the guys normally hit them because they know that
because they try to hit them.
They're the gatherers. Okay. Because they know they're putting out the bait for the hunters.
But let me ask you this. You've been you met your wife on Tinder 6 years ago, and within 6 months you married her. Not even engaged, you were actually married in 6 months.
Yeah.
So intentionally, you were looking for somebody to get married to, right?
I wasn't. No, I wasn't.
No, you were. No, you were. You can't meet somebody. It's impossible. It's impossible.
How's that impossible?
You meet somebody on Tinder and then you get married in 6 months. That means you was looking for a wife.
No, I was not looking for a wife. I was looking for somebody I could. If I was looking for a wife, then I just married whoever I was talking to at the time.
You wasn't talking to anybody at the time. That's why you was on Tinder.
How does that mean I wasn't talking?
Or you was double dipping? Yes.
If you were talking to somebody, why were you on Tinder? Why were you on Tinder if you was
in the first place?
Rashad, that's like saying, why would Ian be? Why would he say that about what he said about InvestFest when he has someone that he cares about? I didn't have a girlfriend.
Tinder is a dating app, Dave. Tinder's a dating app. That's different from we're in the world and we just come across somebody at InvestFest. That's completely. You were intentional. On a dating app. That leads me to believe that you didn't. There was nothing else going on.
Rashad, that's crazy. You know what I look at the dating app as? Here's my challenge. I've always, my entire life, had a challenge being in the club and walking up to somebody that I liked, or being in the mall.
I'm not mad at you. I'm not. But why?
So let me give you my perspective. If I'm on the app, I get to walk up to whoever I want and give a shot. And I don't feel no way whether you say yes or not, because you either swipe.
But it's more competition there, though.
But I'm not looking at that. It doesn't mean I'm looking. It was Uber Eats. You feel me? Like, trying to find something to eat. I'm hungry.
So were you a serial Tinder?
No.
How long were you on Tinder before you find the woman that's your wife now?
Few months.
But in that few months, were you on every day?
No.
How often were you?
You got a premium package, or you like a gold Tinder platinum member?
How often are you on DoorDash? Whenever you're hungry. I might be at the crib. I ain't got nothing to do. I'm on my swipe. What we doing?
At least a good conversation. Shawty, if they see somebody in the Vest they like, or Atlanta, what's the best way to approach in a cool way that will probably lead to success?
Hello, how you doing? That's always the best. Hey, how you doing?
That's always the best.
That's always the best. We can make this more complicated. Hey, how you doing? What's your name?
Hey.
Be a person. Just be a regular person. Don't try to be extra witty, extra funny. If you're not, don't try to come with some crazy harebrained pick. Hey, how you doing?
You're gonna pick up line. Yeah,
that's the best pickup line.
What time does Robert Smith speak? That ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. That ain't it.
So, all right. So you've been together 6.5 unbroken years. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Unbroken.
Unbroken. What do you mean unbroken?
I think
like no separation. No.
Oh no.
Okay. Unbroken. There's a chain. There's no the chain.
Well, school me and Rashad. How do we turn from?
Some days it's broken. Some days it's not.
I'm saying, have you cheated on your wife?
No.
Okay. So, since we're doing this,
we're here.
Damn. God damn in chat. What?
Well, there's nobody that can say in the last 6 years that I even remotely DM them something flirtatious.
This is what we're doing. So I'm just saying, all right, so you have it, but I asked you that question because I already knew the answer. I know Dave doesn't cheat on his wife. So what I'm saying is that in 6.5 years, not one woman has tried to talk to you.
Shands, I've seen you in person, smart, icy. You play humble. You do my move. You play humble, but you can tell you got some cash flowing. Beautiful podcast set. Come on.
Or we just gonna play a game? Are we playing a game?
I can honestly say, bruh.
We just playing a game.
You ain't going to no girl in Atlanta one time and some girl be like, Day, I love your podcast.
All right, here's what I think. There's some people that just don't approach me, possibly because the way I carry myself. I don't give out the energy that I'm looking for anything ever. So,
but you don't have to give out energy that you're looking for anything for people to approach you.
I don't know, I was wondering the same thing. If I'm being honest, don't nobody hit me up. Don't nobody hit me up. Remember, Aisha Curry was like, "Yo, don't nobody hit me." No one.
That's a crazy thing to say when you married.
No one sends me a message. Nobody's like, "Yo, Dave, are you willing to cheat on your wife?" I don't know. I don't get that.
That's crazy.
One time, okay. Last year at the Invest Fest, this happened to me. And I don't know if it was I don't know what it was. But I'm taking a picture. You know, people take pictures. You put your arm around the shoulder, take a picture. So the young lady takes her other hand and puts it on my abdomen.
Gotcha.
During the picture. And I froze. Because my wife was actually there. I didn't know what to do. This never happened to me before.
Wait, did your wife take the picture?
No, she had walked away to do something.
Got you.
The young lady comes up, my arms around the shoulder, smile. She puts her hand on my stomach. And I didn't know what to do. Like when somebody gets violated and they're like, I just freeze. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So I took the picture and then I was just afraid to tell my wife what happened. So I said it on my podcast. And Donnie was talking about it.
Are you disappointed that nobody has ever tried to talk to you?
I'm not disappointed because I don't really care, but it was a question.
You seem like you care a little bit.
A little bit.
I don't care.
We all want to be wanted on a certain level, even if you don't want it. It's just just to know, just to know.
Shawty, you got to follow up because listen. We've had some violating questions, but do you cheat on your wife? Is top 10. You gold medal.
Okay, Rashad. Okay. This is a good question. You'll get married one day, right?
I've been married before. Did you know that?
Are you gonna get married again?
But did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Now you know.
You're gonna get married again?
I'm open to it for sure.
Ian, you're gonna get married again, right?
I've never been married the first time.
Or you're gonna get married?
It just looked like it on the gram.
Are you gonna get married? Do you want to get married?
I would love to. Yes.
Okay.
Well, what's the secret?
I'm about. I don't know. I'm still figuring it out myself. We all figured it out. My question is, and I'll direct it to Ian, and Rashad can answer it too. Somebody here said that most men cheat. Most men are going to step outside of their marriage.
Who said that?
Is that what we said?
No, I didn't say that. I said most people. I never said men.
Okay, most people. Most people.
I said most people.
Do y'all think that y'all won't cheat on your wife when you get one?
No, if I get married, I won't. When I was with my baby, and
you're not above the stats. You're not above the most.
My discipline is superior.
It's a thing. Like if he even said like it's you only cheat when you're lying about something, and it's a, you know what I'm saying, like it's a, that who wants to live being a liar? That's more.
Yeah,
it's more of a burden.
Yep.
It's more of a burden than anything. Like being a liar is probably the biggest burden that you'll ever have. Because then you have to double track your footsteps. You have to make sure that you're telling the right stories. People is too much. Like he said, I mean, who would want to live under a rock like that?
But that's assuming that you find somebody that you really, really into. But you can cheat. It could be y'all out in the south of France.
Don't matter.
Vibey. If you are, y'all go to strip clubs? Y'all go to strip clubs?
Do we go to them?
Yeah.
Have I been? Yes. I don't.
I frequent a few establishments over the course of my lifetime. I'm not
take the relationship that I'm referring to.
I'm not a degenerate.
Yeah. I'm not in a strip club
goer. Like I'm not like Friday night, like I'm at the bar, like with ones, like
it's a bad investment, but it's also a good place to get good intel. Well, like when the recession first started to break, when I started to ask the girls a girl collection in Vegas, are people spending more or less? She was telling me in order. Well, the ball players, they still spending, the football players, soccer players, but everybody else, the dope boys, no, something's coming.
But I look at it. I look at the strip club different. I don't look at the strip club how you look at it, Dave. Like I'm not going there with the anticipation that I'm going to fall in love with a stripper. I know that
he didn't say he was going to fall in. He said he can be enticed.
I didn't go on Tinder anticipating I was going to fall in love with my wife, but it happened.
No, I'm just saying if I was
could you date a stripper if you weren't married, Dave? Rashad, I cut you off.
Can I date a stripper?
Oh, that's crazy.
I don't see it. Could you?
This is my philosophy on this. If you go to a strip club, you know that it's almost impossible. You're not going to do anything with a stripper. I mean, unless you're going to pay thousands of dollars, but the average person is not going to go to that length. You know, it's just entertainment. That's just their job. They don't care about you. They're going to see somebody else an hour later. It doesn't mean anything.
10 minutes later, after they sweep that money up off the floor.
It doesn't mean anything. Whereas you go to a club now, anything can happen. That's a more intimate environment. So I don't look at strip clubs the same way you look at them. I go to a strip club just to literally just catch the vibe, have some fun. You know, I'm not necessarily, the girls are just the added element to it. It's like, that's not like the main focus of like, oh, I'm laser focused. You see me, I got $1,000. I'm just throwing the money. Like, no, I ain't really like, yo, I met you. Where are you from? How'd you end up in this situation? What's your horoscope sign? Like, you know what I'm saying?
You don't say, hey, hello, how you doing?
But I'm saying, I don't think that your intention and what happens is the same necessarily. Because
but I think this is a bigger conversation about control and choice, right? So, like, if I like somebody and I decide I want them, and I'm locked in on them, I don't care. I didn't turn down people who was more attractive, would have been better for my career or brand. I was looking at some messages last week, like, damn, I can't believe I turned this down for that. But it's a discipline thing. To be real, Shawty seen me do it. Listen, when we went to London, girl came to London, went to Mexico. Right? Even Rashad was like, yo, bro, you gonna give all this up for right now? Yep.
Hey,
maybe in a mistake, but I loved our time together.
Stand on
no,
principle.
what I'm saying is you
Yeah.
can't. Here's the I like you're saying who wants to be a liar though, but Ian, you've had I don't know, have y'all ever cheated on anybody?
What's the power dynamic that you feel comfortable with in a relationship?
What you mean?
You think it should be a 50, like who has the power in your relationship?
Who has the power?
Please
I
answer.
look at it as absolute.
Mm.
I think it's a mutual respect and whoever's
50-50?
better. Well,
50-50?
it depends. It depends. Who's better at the thing. So I think my wife spends more time with the kids. I take care of all the bills.
In times of executive decisions, the executive makes his decision, right? So I hear you, but there's a leader. There's a leader. What's the power? Huh?
It depends on the topic, bro.
No,
No. If it has something to do with the kids, my wife is amazing with that stuff. She wins. She's got the power.
You're very good at not answering questions, Dave.
No. You're not giving a good question.
I am giving you a good question. That's a question.
Direct
That's a
question.
question to ask.
Okay, who has the power in the relationship? That's it.
No, it's
That's
not.
about my relationship.
It's not a hard question to answer, bro. It's really not.
Wait till you get married again.
I've been married before.
Who had the power in your relationship?
I'm an old school dude, bro. I'm just, it's just one of
Which
those.
is why you're no longer married, Rashad.
That's not true.
for conversation's sake.
No, it's not true.
It's
not true.
You're old school saying, I control the conversation. First off, I'm probably winning in the chat right now.
You can win in the chat. We talking about life, right?
No, but you know what I'm saying? So I guess
what I'm saying is
who
this:
runs my household?
having the power in the household, having the power does not mean that you're a tyrant. It doesn't mean that you're a dictator. That's the Western civilization that has pushed all of this agenda and has that's actually ruined more families than anything. If you want to be honest about it, that actually is maybe the reason, right? From the reverse opposite side of it is that people don't understand that there has to be power dynamic.
And women want great leadership. Girls will tell you now, I want to cut my brain off.
That narrative is the reason why most marriages fail, why people aren't married, because there is how you can't answer the question as a man. That's an issue for me, right? Because I feel like as a man, you have to be a leader of your household. That's important. You have to have the power dynamic in your household. That doesn't mean that you just tell your wife what to do and she listens and she has no voice. Of course not. There's some things that she can lead you in, and there's some things that you can lead her in. But there's a leader. There's one leader.
Has to be one leader.
Like LeBron James there's some things on the team that Anthony Davis does better than LeBron, right? There's some things but LeBron
in the Olympics. When
it was time to carry the flag, LeBron James is the flag bearer. There's no question. When you can't answer that question or there's murky waters, I'm not saying for you, but just for a lot of people, that causes issues.
But Dave, to you, since you're the married one, since me and Rashad are not married, what changes or improvements do we need to make to then be husband material?
I think we gotta really identify what you want in a person. You definitely gotta let go of, really let go of the streets and make a real commitment.
I've let go.
Not let go of what? Yeah.
I've let go.
You said you have a person that you deeply care about, but if somebody is an investor, you're in the street. You love the street.
About 85. So have you heard stories of me being in the streets?
No, that's the best type of person to be in the streets. They don't hear the stories. That's why I asked the first question.
God's crazy, man. Dave's crazy, man. Dave's crazy, man.
No, but I don't know. Listen, I think that's why I'm fluid in my advice, because
you're fluid. Pride month just passed. Wait, what?
Every situation is different. I'm fluid in my opinion.
Okay. Got you. Okay.
That's what. So when Rashad says, "Yo, who has the power in the house?" Like, it depends. It depends on the situation. I don't walk in the house and claim that I have the power. My wife.
I'm saying you don't have to claim it. It's not something a leader never has to tell somebody to follow him.
Yeah.
That's a great quote that I heard years ago, and I understand it. A leader never has to tell anybody to follow him. The person that has to tell somebody to follow him is not a leader.
That's a leader.
Remember that. If you don't remember anything, Shands, if you don't remember anything else that I ever told you in life, remember that a leader doesn't have to tell anybody to follow them. The person that tells other people to follow them is not a leader.
I feel that. I'll put it this way. If you ask my wife that question, she will probably say, I run the house or control the house. I don't know how to say that because she like manages the house itself. She knows when the bills come in, when the cleaner comes, all that kind of stuff. But does she follow me? She'd probably say, yes, I follow him. Whatever he says, I'm good because she can trust that I'm not going to lead her into nothing crazy.
Yeah, and that's what's important, not leading to the wrong direction.
Yes.
We don't want that to happen.
Yeah,
Dave, appreciate you coming on, man.
Thank you.
I thought you had a lot more smoke for me. This was kind. I appreciate you. Before we let you go, has Rashad found another billionaire for you to interview? Let me keep.
No, bro. No, not
work on it. We not 9 days away.
Yo, listen, I decided that, and I called Ab today. I said, yo, okay, because I want to do hot seat. And I guess y'all got 50 Cent and all that. I want to do a hot seat. I guess y'all didn't have the space for it. So I'm about to just take my camera and I'm about to go to the vendor marketplace and I'm putting
Gorilla. I just said the same thing.
You feel me? I just need some extra passes. And Ab said,
I mean, but one interview with a billionaire could be enough, right?
Can I get one?
You already given one.
So bad.
Before you leave, can you give us 3 tips on marketing? Yes. Before you leave, can you give us 3?
Man. Hey, listen, man. If Ian made you some money, drop something in chat. Drop money in chat. I don't think you said it.
Yes.
Yes in chat, man.
Yes,
can you give us 3 tips to grow a media platform or podcast?
Absolutely.
And also, have you considered what Rashad told you about maybe not calling it a podcast summit and changing the name of it?
No, I didn't.
For scale. It was a great piece of advice.
Let me tell you. So I was just at VCon yesterday, and I got a chance to talk to Gary V. You get these little slots,
my guy.
have a conversation. I said, Gary, I did this podcast summit, 750 people last year. We just finished the last one, 1,100 people. I said, what do you feel about a podcast space? He's like, yo, I'm bullish on it. He said, I'm really on that. And he said, I haven't really figured it out enough to really go all in. But I was like, yo, I did this podcast summit. I want to talk to you about partner. He's like, yo, take my email. I want to have a conversation about it because he's interested. Podcasting isn't going anywhere. So you gotta hold on to your vision.
But what if you can hold on to the vision, but if a name change makes it grow 7x, 5x, is it not worth potentially looking at?
Well, yeah, of course, but you don't know what's going to grow 5, 7x. I could hold on to the concept. We don't know.
Yes, you do. Let's go to data. If we look at the data, is streaming now bigger than podcasting in aggregate? Yes. But if you combine podcasting, streaming, influencers, one other thing, then I think it can scale because I think most people are intimidated, and podcasting in aggregate has went down over the last 2 years. Yeah. Now, to your point, what you made on the show, in comparison to 2018, 2019, is still 100%. Up. But I think what Rashad was trying to do is take the 4 best categories and make them into one, which I'm going to be honest with you. When he said it, I said, this motherfucker gave you a real answer. Mm-hmm. When he could have kept that shit in house.
Brilliant. First off,
y'all don't never get immediate answer.
But in podcast, we cover all the topics, but I guess he was talking just branding it differently, which I get. But I've got I have a niche, a market that
you have a formula that you feel comfortable with. I respect it. If Gary V would have told you it might have been different, but who knows?
Well, if I talk to a bunch of people and it starts doubling down, people are tripling down, then I can self-assess. Yeah. But it's not like everyone's telling me. I think Rashad is brilliant, of course, and anything you do is just going to work. But I too have a vision, and this is a point for everybody. Just because you have a mentor doesn't mean that they're right. So even when I'm coaching somebody, I'm very careful of telling them what to do because they might have an idea in their head that I never thought of. So I can't tell them they're wrong. And we won't know until time goes by. But yes, Rashad's one of my mentors for sure. I'll say that publicly. But I just got a vision.
Only time will tell. I'm
Only
here to
time will
support
tell.
your vision. I'm
Thank
here to
you.
support your vision.
Yes.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, brother.
Ian, appreciate it. Yo, Ian, are you doing a keynote?
Yes. Sunday.
Okay. Yeah, we gotta find somebody for me to interview, bro. I was gonna say,
Maybe if you listen to the vision, he would have had lined up.
was that why I missed opportunity?
Oh man.
Warren Buffett interview on the way.
Was there a gatekeeper? I didn't change the name. I can't do hot seat publicly, and I can't get a billionaire. Is that what happened, Rashad?
You're doing what would you rather do? Interview somebody or actually do a presentation?
Interview somebody, if I'm being honest.
Why?
Why?
I love it, bro.
You know,
I would much rather facilitate a conversation than do a keynote. That's what I'm pushing for, like speaking gigs, not like a keynote. Let me just interview you. I love it.
gotcha.
So,
Okay, last question. How do you
don't take my session away from me, though. You know what I mean? But,
Since you said that.
Hey, how do you formulate your questions for your guests? Because I think you gave me one of my best interviews. Very thoughtful. How do you curate and go through all the information that you need to make an amazing interview for the people that
He does it on the spot. You do it on the spot, right?
yeah, I was going with a blank canvas. I'm interested.
Do you really?
Yeah, I'm interested in the person.
He freestyles.
Yeah,
That's
super
different.
interested in the person.
Prepared, yeah.
I thought you
Dan Kathy, I got a chance to talk to him. I'm just interested in this human, so I got questions. So,
It's a talent. He's definitely a talented person.
thank you. Do y'all have any more billionaire slots left, though? Just
Potentially. I'll let you know. I'll send you.
Yeah,
I'll send you.
I'm working.
he can hold me down, bro.
I got you. I'm
Send
looking.
you a text message. I'll send you a text message.
You never know.
You never know.
Thank y'all for having me, man.
Yeah,
Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
If nobody ever told y'all, I'm sure they tell you a lot. You guys are changing the culture forever.
Thank you.
I mean, seriously, showing people financial literacy, making money, creating cool, and the way you all even handle like the attacks.
What attacks? That never happened.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like it's inspirational because nobody that did anything great doesn't get attacked. It just doesn't work that way. And the way y'all handle it with such grace and y'all keep moving forward. And Rashad put up, okay, now they come back to outfits and he's doubling down on what should I wear? The outfits are being revealed. I'm all jokes aside, I'm super inspired by everything y'all do, man. So love y'all, brothers. Anything I can do, please let me know. I'm always here.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
you. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. David Shands.
Yeah. Shout out to my brother. Go check out his podcast, Social Proof.
Hot seat.
Yeah. Hot seat is fire. I want to do a hot seat with him one day and grill some people. But also, too, a great lesson, business lesson. Write this down for those who want the gems. Those who are not fans of you or haters are the best consultants for your brand. Write down everything that they say. Use those improvements to grow the business. It's helped me tremendously. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that was I didn't really know where that conversation was going to go, but
Me either,
entertaining
to say the least.
for sure.
And my thing is, like, if people have an issue with it, if you're not in relationship with me or us, why does it matter? Shouldn't matter. What you think about Sauce Walka's comment on Drake on Breakfast Club?
Man, I think it was interesting. He talked about Drake being, kind of appropriating the culture of Houston, Texas, and not actually working with Houston artists enough, the same way that he's worked with Atlanta artists. I would say from Drake's perspective, he probably like the artists in Atlanta are more popular than Houston artists, right? So, I mean, like, it's easier to work with artists that are, they have more artists in Houston. I don't think that's a controversial statement for me to say that are mainstream. They have more mainstream artists in Houston. So he was like, I guess he wanted him to kind of work with artists that may not be well known and help them raise up.
Yeah.
But, I don't think he's obligated to do that, though.
I remember a time when Drake moved to Houston. I mean, he wasn't what he is now, but I remember at a time when people didn't think Drake would last. So it's interesting. I know I fuck with Walka like dearly. But I remember at a time in Houston, even though he was backed by Jazz and Jay Prince, most people were not the biggest fan of him. So But I finally figured out how he can revive. And TV Gucci. I hit TV Gucci about Drake coming to Invest Fest, so I'll let y'all know in a couple days if
Who's TV Gucci?
one of his guys and an artist.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how can he revive his career?
Everything that they're saying that he's doing wrong, I think he needs to, number one, over the next 4 years, sign 80 artists. Houston, Atlanta, LA, New York. Give them 80-20 deals. The artists get the 80. You keep the 20. You go to Lucian, make a new label, and get to work. Now, all this industry versus Drake shit that y'all want to do, it will turn the tide if he's given majority of the profits to the artist, but he still in aggregate will get a bunch of money on the back end, like Meech was going to do with BMF Records. And when Dude get out, if you put your arm around Dude and put Dude up, you really gonna set the motherfucking streets on fire. Drake, call my phone. Jonathan, call my phone. Now what? Sign every podcaster, every influencer. Okay, cool. It's wartime. Cool. Great. They say they don't like him.
Is it even worth it? I mean, he's made hundreds of millions of dollars. He's in his late 30s. He's ran rap for 15 years. And you can just walk
Can't
away.
let nobody run you off the block.
That's true. That's true.
Even in moments where I may want to fall back and then somebody will pipe up and say something, I'm like, I wanted to just go chill for 3 months, but now I have to defend my territory because I don't want to look like you encroach on my territory and took it. I may not even want the land. You're not going to just take my little parcel from me.
No, I feel you. That's a fact.
So, but I think the best way to defeat those that are trying to attack you by the colonizer and the appropriation and all that shit, okay, help them get it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Final thoughts. What do you think about this Black Sam interview on Big Boy?
I think it was dope. I think it was a very powerful conversation. You know, I know Sam. He's going to be at Invest Fest, obviously. So we built a relationship with him. But we interviewed him. Our interview was a lot shorter, like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
More focused on business because we interviewed all the other people more money in as well. But that was like a first time I really seen him speak like long form in an hour conversation, and he went from his beginnings to him hustling the DVDs, and of course got to the Nip situation. So I think it was dope to kind of hear his perspective on his life, like from being a kid to everything. It was a dope conversation, very powerful.
Yeah.
I encourage everybody to check it out if you haven't. But yeah, that's takes a lot, man, to overcome that type of hurt. From
get over that.
That was his best friend who got killed, to Nip, who was his brother who got killed. And it's just like everything that you work for, people. It's very tough, difficult situation. So but shout out to Sam, man. Salute to Sam. Rest in peace to Nip. And kudos to Big Boy too. I think he conducted the interview in a very great manner. How he positioned the questions and everything. I thought it was very tastefully done.
How long do you think before the truth comes out about what really happened to the world? You can skip it if you want to, but
I don't know the truth, so I can't really say like when the truth will come out or not, because I don't know. But if the truth should come out if it hasn't come out already, because there's been stuff that's come out already, right? We know somebody's been convicted and has gotten sentenced to jail and all of that. So if there's more to the story, then I think that I think it would be beneficial for the family for full closure for it to come out. But I don't know. I really don't know anything. I don't know any details, so I can't.
Yeah.
How? What do you feel about?
Hopefully it comes out soon. I think Sam alluded to it. I don't want to speak on their business because those situations are tricky, and I've had stuff that's happened to family, and I know how that can go. So I'll leave LA business and LA business. But I think if you know, and I think it needs to be talked about a little bit more. So, but we won't do it. I'm cool.
Yeah. But rest in peace, Nip, man. Rest in peace, Nip. It's an unfortunate situation, man. Senseless in the grand scheme of life.
Absolutely.
It just it doesn't even make sense. But
especially like with the wave of investing getting bigger. For those you don't know, Nipsey was one of the first Black people that was talking about cryptos. 2014, 2015, real estate development coming. The brand was getting bigger. Like already icon, but he was about to be on iconic status. Vector 9, like, man. So yeah.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Blackout. Check us out, Market Mondays. And check out Blackout Live with Shannon Sharp. Next Friday. We out here in Atlanta. We're going to be in Atlanta next Friday talking to Shannon Sharp. That's going to be a legendary conversation.
Amazing.
I'm getting my questions together now.
Me too.
Out. Well, ask him. It's a lot. I'm interested to hear his point of view on a few different things. So I'm looking forward to that conversation.
My final question for you. You think it's a smear campaign going on around Kanye to get all of his masters from him? Because this week it came out that he's on nitrous from his doctor. We talked about it before, but like,
what's nitrous? Drugs?
Yeah. Like whippets, laughing gas.
I think it was a smear campaign from the minute he started to, go against the system. There's always going to be forces that are not happy about you, when he's talking about record labels, when he's talking about shoe companies, when he's talking about fashion at the highest level. I mean, you have powerful people that you go against. They're not just going to take it on the chin, and you're a powerful person yourself. So
yeah,
I think there's been efforts to try to marginalize his voice for a long time. So
even with we talked about Lucian Grange running Universal, his son running Atlantic. Then Julie Greenwald gets fired. Legend in the business, right? Now all of a sudden, because Julie got fired, Atlantic wants all this money from the Vultures album. I'm like, that's kind of suspicious. And of course, shout to Mama Kardashian, marketing genius. But when he made those comments about her, that's when Ari got involved and tried to tear some shit down. Like, you have to be careful. One day we'll have a conversation about why it's important to not upset the powers that be, because then the people won't do anything to defend you. Like the conversation you told me last week, mine was blown. You have to be careful in life who you offend, because it may not be worth it. And then if you do offend the wrong people, will the people that love you come and support you? It's tough.
It's tough, man.
It's tough, man.
But all right, my brother, it's been real.
Appreciate you.
I'll see you guys next week, man. Tap in. Love.